The mayors of Ontario's largest cities are calling on the province to take additional action on homelessness. Ontario's big city mayors have passed a motion calling on the province to declare a state of emergency to address homelessness caused by addictions and mental health. The release said provincial interventions like the opening of treatment hubs were welcome but insufficient. The province previously noted it's investing $3.8 billion over 10 years to close gaps in mental health and addictions care. Joining me now is Marianne Meed Ward, Burlington Mayor and Chair of Ontario's Big City Mayors. Welcome, Mayor. Thank you for being with us this morning.
Thank you.
So the big city mayors are requesting the provincial government declare a state of emergency. How will that help solve the issue at hand here?
It really focuses the mind and attention and really underscores the urgency. We launched the Solve the Crisis campaign over a year ago. There have been some steps in the right direction, including the Heart Hub funding, but that's only to some cities, and it is insufficient to meet the growing crisis. We're not even keeping up with the growth in this crisis. And winter is here. We, as a caucus at our October meeting, restated our support for Solve the Crisis, and there's still a number of steps that the government can and needs to take to address this issue. There are people outside, and it's below zero. It's, we don't want anyone dying on our street this winter or any winter.
Can you elaborate on some of the steps that you'd like the Ontario government to take here?
Well, declaring a state of emergency, first and foremost, to underscore that the attention that this issue needs and the urgency. We have asked for additional funding for additional heart hubs throughout the province. And we've really said, bring a table together of experts and stakeholders, businesses, people in the mental health and addictions work. Us, of course, we have eyes on the street in our communities. So bring us all together and let's build a long-term sustainable plan to solve this crisis once and for all. We can't do it alone. Municipalities are spending over $4 billion to address this crisis. That cannot continue. It's not sustainable. And so we need an action plan, and we need to come together to build that. So those are the three steps that we've asked the government to address: emergency, resources, and a plan.
Earlier this year, we saw the city of Barrie, which is just north of Toronto, implement a state of emergency at the city level. Is there anything from that approach you want to see the provincial government apply across Ontario?
Well, that underscores the need for resources and a sense of urgency. And certainly in the case of Barrie, I know Alex Nuttall very well. He's our vice chair of our caucus. He was at our meeting and spoke about the success that he has had in unlocking additional resources and attention to this matter. It is urgent. It has been urgent for a very long time. And this crisis has been growing really for decades through successive governments. It's not a problem that arose under this term of government, but it is something that we can solve together if we take steps in the right direction.
Mayor, talk to me about how bad homelessness has become in Burlington.
We have people who are living in their cars. They're living in tents. In the good weather, we had a couple who couldn't get affordable rental, and so they booked campground space in one of our local campgrounds. But where are they now? We don't know. And so there are people who are who are trying to, we have warming centers here. Our libraries and community centers are warming centers for people in weather like this. But what do they do come nighttime? And often people end up in emergency centers. They'll end up, in one situation, which was heartbreaking last year, an individual had nowhere to go. He had been in the library and it was closing time. And he said, please call the police and have them arrest me, because then I'll have a warm place to stay in a jail cell. Jail cells and emergency rooms are not shelters. And so we need to build appropriate housing for people. We need to provide the mental health and addictions treatment that many people on the streets need. But many of the people that are living on the street now are working poor. They have a job. They just don't have appropriate, affordable housing. And it is a crisis that has been building, that has exploded in recent years. And it is on our watch to do something about it.
Okay, thank you, Mayor, for speaking to us about this important issue. That is Marianne Meed Ward, Mayor of Burlington and Chair of Ontario's Big City Mayors.